Cooking, baking, and entertaining go hand in hand, and our next guest shows people how to do it with style and ease. Roberta Lombardi is the owner of the Elegant Occassion and is celebrating the release of a fabulous DVD, Summer Elegance, and it's really your first one, isn't it?
My first product.
And it's hitting stores on June 15th?
June 15th, all across Connecticut.
Well, you are a familiar face, of course, on our show, but
yes,
also because you have your own show.
Yes.
And tell us about that one.
Well, the Elegant Occassion is a show that airs on cable access stations. You check your local listings on your cable access channel, but Durham, Essex, Centerbrook, Clinton, Madison, Guilford. I'm in a lot of places, so it's been great. The public has really just been so wonderful to me. They love it, and they write me, and
when can people watch it?
It's all on all different times, and every show airs like 8 times a week. So it's all different to accommodate people's schedules. And if you go to your local cable access station listing, it will be in the listings.
All right, so how did you come up with this idea of putting out a DVD? That's a lot of work.
Yes, but you know, after people have seen the shows, seen my media appearances, I'm getting emails. Do you have a cookbook? Do you have a product? Where can I find your recipes? Oh, I made a recipe from your show and it was great, I want more. So I thought, okay, it's the time to dip my feet in the water here. So I came out with Summer Entertaining. It's the first of a series, and it's a DVD, 25 minutes instructional that talks about how to have a cocktail party. So I give you 4 or 5 recipes, and we talk about making different types of cocktails. And then I have beautiful 12 cards, you can see from here, these gorgeous cards with pictures, all talking about how to have a summer occasion and do it in an elegant way, do it in a stress-free way.
Now, this particular card is all about table
This particular
setting,
card is setting the table.
Okay.
So it talks about your linen choices and what you should keep on hand at your house. You know, you don't need 100 different linens, just a few and some really pretty summer colors, and of course a basic white. Mix and match some napkins. Talks about candles, and you know, the size of the candles set a different mood. You know, and even things that people take for granted, you know, don't buy a dripless candle. Always ask for a dripless candle. Don't buy just any candle, because if they drip, it just ruins the ambiance, and it is a mess, and your linens get. But it's really very detailed on how, start to finish, from setting your theme and invitations, and you know, planning the menu and using what's seasonal. So for this, it's summer.
Lots of great information for someone who wants to entertain this summer, but it's a 5-part series.
Yes, we're going to follow it up with fall, winter, it's going to cover all the major holidays, spring, and we're going to do one for weddings for newlyweds, because I get asked for that a lot. You know, we're just getting married and we don't know how to set up our house and entertain, and you know, we want to do that. And you think about it, you get all these beautiful wedding gifts to entertain, but you're young, you're newly married, you don't know what to do with it.
Exactly. So that's a great idea.
That.
And where can people get this?
I am so thrilled to be carried in some wonderful stores. So I'll name a few. Maggie's of Madison, Mixed Design Store in Guilford, the Cheese Shop of Centerbrook, the Kitchen Store in Guilford, and the shops at Saybrook Country Barn.
And of course, you'll have the complete list on your website as well.
Complete list on my website, as well as a list of appearances.
All right, very good. Well, we're also going, we need to talk about what you brought here.
Looks wonderful.
It is a beautiful display of a number of cheeses. What do we have here?
Well, we have a good variety, which is what everybody should put out when they're entertaining and using cheeses. But you know, you don't think about it, but cheese can be very intimidating. Just like if somebody is going to be serving wine and they're not really familiar with wines, they're intimidated by selecting wines. It's the same thing with cheese. So, you know, choose a cheese shop, a really good cheese shop in your area, because if it's a good cheese shop, they're going to encourage you to taste. They're going to encourage you to ask questions and to try different things out. So many times you just go to the grocery store and, you know, you get a block of cheddar cheese or, you know, something you're familiar with. And
so you want to expand
your horizons. You really want to expand your horizons. Like for me, I go to the Cheese Shop of Centerbrook. It's family owned, and Paul Partica and his wife, they'll let you try as many cheeses as you want, and they tell you about each cheese. They'll keep a little record of what you like. It's wonderful, because then it takes the intimidation and the fear out. And you want to stay away from buying the cryovac cheeses in the grocery store, because it could start out as a wonderful cheese, but being wrapped up for so long, it's going to
It's not gonna
take
taste as
on
fresh,
that,
right?
that plastic taste, and it's going to have suffered a major loss
I know
of
this
flavor.
is a great thing to do in the summer when people come
course.
over. Start with the cheese.
Start with the cheese platter,
Right.
and you know what? It's one less thing to cook. There's no cooking. So your hors d'oeuvre is done, right?
Very good.
So I like to start out with a large basket or platter, and I've actually
It's beautiful.
lined this with collard greens, just for some greenery underneath. And I've got a good array of cheeses. You want to have a soft, creamy cheese, some hard, firm cheeses. You want a pungent blue. And then I accent with fruit. When you put things like grapes or strawberries off-center, it actually draws your eye right to the center
It
of the
does.
cheese tray. So it just makes it more appealing. Always label your cheeses. And, you know, all I do is take paper and
You
cut
know,
it with
you're
a little scissors that, you know,
That's
you use
a
a
great
craft
idea because
scissors.
people want to know, well, what am I
Right.
eating here?
Right.
And so it reminds you what it is.
Exactly, and it's just with a little cute little cocktail pick. It stays on. That way people know and they're not asking you.
Just really quickly, what are some of the cheeses here?
Okay, I've got all my favorites
Okay.
here. The fromage de Clarine. Oh, it's buttery. It's blue from buttery from France. It's a cow's milk cheese. It literally, you could eat it with a spoon. It is that creamy, delicious on a piece of bread, and I'm going to have you try it.
And the next one?
One of my favorites, Humboldt Fog. This is a U.S. cheese from California, and it gets its name from the fog that rolls in over the bay. It's got this layer of ash that goes right down the center, giving it almost like a cake-like appearance. It's a goat cheese, but it's very, very mild
We
and
have less
creamy.
than 30, so the next one?
This is Beemster Vlaskis. It's made in the Netherlands, and it's a sweet, creamy cheese. This is Piave Vecchio from Italy, from the Piave River Valley region. It's similar to a young Parmesan, sweet, nutty, firm. And then, of course, a Stilton from England, known for its pungent flavor, and very crumbly, but the longer it's aged, the more creamy it becomes.
And you guarantee this will be a hit with your guests.
This will be a hit. And don't forget, do something different to encourage conversation. Today I have this beautiful fig syrup. It's thick, it's syrupy. You put a little over the cheese. It will give you a different dimension when you taste the cheese. And again, it encourages people to start talking. What
Well,
is
we can't
that?
wait to try this at the end of the show. Right now, though, if you want to learn more, all you have to do is go to theelegantoccasion.com. So much to learn about entertaining, but you have some fabulous tips.
Thank
Roberta.
you.
Thanks.